this morning, and actually for Mr. Deane, it's already afternoon, I believe, because he's in the UK. I am speaking with Jody Ross Deane, who is a digital marketing uh, expert. His specialty is social marketing, and I first ran into Mr. Deane with his offer to do a review of one of my Twitter accounts, and he sent me a video, a very generous offer, by the way. He critiqued my video and showed me, excuse me, he critiqued my Twitter account and sent me a very nice video showing the various different suggestions that he had. And so I thought, gee, this guy does a pretty good job. And I looked at his website, and he actually offers a free 30-minute phone consultation, which is again rather generous, and especially since the information that he gave me was quite useful, and I'm in the process of implementing some of his suggestions now. Any rate, let's see. I'll go ahead and put a link into the notes when I get this ready to publish. But it's Jody Ross. Let's see, Jody Ross Deane with an E.co.uk, and I have to admit that you've done a better job and a cleaner layout than I have on any of my websites. I have several. And so, at any rate, I wanted to talk with Mr. Deane, and he very graciously agreed to come on and do a video recording. And so I'm going to turn this over to you. I'd like to know, well, give me a little bit of background, how you got started in this business, and what is your current business model?
Sure. Okay, so I got online within the internet marketing space, discovered the Warrior Forum in 2009, and I was looking for a way.
I think you're going to need to get a little bit closer to your microphone.
Yeah, I'll speak up. I was I got online on the internet marketing world in 2009, and I discovered the Warrior Forum and other forums, and started to kind of self-teach myself around internet marketing, website building, search engine optimization, and these different methods for marketing online and building a business. And what I ended up doing was collaborating with a business partner, and we set up a company where we were doing event promotion and nightlife marketing in the city of Barcelona in Spain. And we were using Facebook and Twitter and other mediums to get people to come to events in the city. And we did remarkably well. This was, I mean, back then it was very, very new, all of that stuff. So, we just really, we did it by trial and error. There was no ebook we could find. There was no digital course we could find that they would tell us how to do this in this particular niche, where it was event marketing. So that was really interesting. It was a great journey because we learned lots of other skills on the way, and it was remarkably successful. And then off the back of that, I decided to get into doing consulting myself and offering businesses the opportunity to have digital marketing and grow their business and get more clients and customers, etc. So I started doing search engine optimization for companies, Google AdWords campaigns, um, social media optimization, and various other services for local clients and the odd international client as well, to help them market their business and grow their business. And I've been doing that now since then. Yeah, so it's been a real journey, and I love the creative side of it, and thinking up ideas for campaigns and concepts, and brainstorming keywords, and thinking of kind of lateral thinking ways to get to a goal, with all the different mediums that are out there, because some mediums and some niche have a completely different effectiveness in terms of what you can use to bring people in. LinkedIn won't work for example, for getting people to come to a nightclub. Instagram won't work for business conferences. So it's varied, and you have to kind of have the right match for the right market. So,
Now, so you're basically doing one-on-one consulting.
So I will do, yes, I will do one-on-one consulting. With private clients, and do services for them. And I have my own little sites that I run, and little business models that I follow as well, which are kind of pet projects.
I'm not very familiar with Instagram, although I've been using Twitter kind of successfully. And you mentioned some other Facebook, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, there's Facebook and there's LinkedIn, and they're the main four, roughly. I mean, there's actually a lot more, but
have you done any course materials? Have you produced a course or something like that that would allow you to do passive income?
I haven't really. You know what? I made a WSO about 3 years ago, but I never launched it. It was on Reddit, like a money making method for Reddit. But I actually never launched it. So no is the short answer to that question.
Mm. So you're basically still in the mode of trading time for money.
Yes.
You might want to consider perhaps doing a percentage deal or something like that with your clients, so that you get some passive out. Now, as you could tell, I'm a little bit older than you are, and I'm thinking about things like retirement, which means that I'm really going to need more passive income. I've done a good job of trading time for money for a very long time, but I don't think that's going to work here in another 4 or 5 years. I want to be able to uh, sit on the beach somewhere in Belize or Costa Rica or something like that, and not have to worry about uh, what's coming next. So, what are your plans for this business? Do you have any definite plans for expanding into things for passive income?
So I have launched 4 different apps as well. And one of them has been successful. And at the moment, I'm planning on a revamp of that app, which is an Android app. It's on the Android store, and implementing a lot of the things that I've learned over the past 3 years that I want to upgrade the app for, and make it a better user experience. So that's one project that is personal of mine that I want to get off, because it's got over 100,000 downloads. So I figured that was a good starting point, a good indicator of like a successful niche. That's one thing I'm up to. I'm also doing, let me see, wow, I am, things I don't want to lose people with kind of techno jargon and that sort of thing. So I want to keep it simple, because I don't know what the experience of your viewers are. But I do use software as well to help me with my marketing, and I am at the moment working on several websites which I'm combining with the use of software in several niches, and that's list building. So yeah.
List building. That's another. Yeah, well, that's one of the suggestions that you made for my Twitter account. You said, "Oh, this link needs to not just go to your main site; it needs to go to a email capture page in order to get onto a newsletter or something to be able to build my list." And that's something that I admit that I have not really done on that particular account. I've done some others on other account, and I made some fantastically unsuccessful attempts at that. I did actually build a very substantial list of people who didn't have any money, and therefore I wasn't able to sell anything to them. They all said they enjoyed my newsletter, and they were all unhappy that I quit, but it was basically taking up a lot of time and not getting me anything back for it. So that's another thing I'm working on. So you're also building a list. What does your Android app do?
It helps users search for jobs.
Say again?
It helps the users search for jobs.
So it's a job search.
It is a search app. It is for a particular area. I won't disclose what that is.
I could have put a link to it or something like that. But if you don't want to attract the competition, I guess that's understandable. There is a lot of competition in that particular.
Maybe I'm paranoid. Who knows? But there's been a lot more competition recently for those keywords in the App Store, and I've realized that it's a big one. So I don't want any more people coming in, going, "Oh, well, if he's doing it, and he's doing well, and I should do it." It's selfish. It's me being selfish, but also, I guess, guarding, that knowledge as well. I think you have to do.
Well, one of the important things is that you know how to do an Android app. So there may be other things that you can branch out into in that regard.
Yes, I know. It's I have a lot of difficulty at times with fitting everything in, because over the years I've learned so much about different areas, search engine optimization, social media, apps, etc. And it's kind of fitting it all in to a plan where I'm going forward and I'm utilizing everything that's working for whatever niche I'm in or what business I'm in. I mentioned about Instagram because I'm very hot on Instagram at the moment, and I'm particularly going and looking at how it's helping local businesses to attract clients. And I've done a few different tests and worked with a couple of clients recently where we've had really amazing results. Like, for example, this was during a festival. A client wanted to reach out to the festival goers in this festival, and so I created an account for them, and I went and I did my strategy with the account to attract and target those festival goers. And there was a phone number on there, and the phone was ringing and ringing and ringing for the whole festival. I was very pleased with that, and it gave me a whole new understanding about the power of Instagram, for events happening, the ways you can go in and target people who are at those events, who are taking photos at those events, hashtagging them, tagging the location, and all of that. We can go in there and target those people and go, hey, are you at this event? Because we've got this offer going on. Please give us a call and come down, and we'll help you.
Well, now you've got my curiosity raised about Instagram. I hadn't really paid a whole lot of attention to it till now. But back to your website, you're offering a free 30-minute phone consultation. How is that working out?
Great. Well, obviously, curious individuals who want to know more about how I could help them, or what they're doing wrong in their marketing, or what they could do more right in their marketing, call me, and we arrange a time and we make a call, and I'll go through it. Basically, I'll give everything I can within half an hour to help them, and then they might want to know about my services as well, and I'll let them know. And if it's a fit, then we'll go forward.
No, it's kind of interesting. It looks like that would be rather easy to get overwhelmed. I mean, after all, there's only 24 hours in a day. What if you get 48 people that want to talk to you in a particular day, or worse yet, 150?
Well, we agree a time that works for us both. And I ask people who contact me, okay, give me 3 times during this week or next week when you're available, and if we can do it, then we'll go from there. Otherwise, give me 3 other times, and we'll just find a time that's suitable for both of us. I'm very flexible.
Well, I hope that my posting of this interview actually gets you some business. And if you get completely overwhelmed, let me know. It's been very, very nice talking with you. We had a little bit of mix up on the times and some other things, but I think that's worked out pretty well. And I do appreciate you spending your time. And I hope to contact you later and say, oh, well, the things that you suggested were truly wonderful. And maybe you can add one of my testimonials to your website.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll be honest. I hope it was helpful what the information I gave you. If you need more tips or help, just ask. Don't be afraid to ask.